vlog attempt number 2 for today. I'm not gonna lie, I just got done talking to myself for 10 minutes and then I decided, wow, that was really long, so I'm gonna start over. So hello, hi, how are you again? I'm gonna talk about SCBWI today because I've been promising you guys an update and I just haven't gotten around to it at all. So here it is. Here's my notebook. SCBWI. Woo. Lots of notes. I think I took 13 pages and I was there for a day and a half. So I love you guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so first thing on the list is Lois Lowry. And what she talked about was how she handles her her ideas, because she gets a lot of questions from readers about how she came up with book plots. And Lois does something that's really cool and very, very unique, I think, in that she writes plot couplets, which I've never heard of, and I think that's very, very cool, very, very unique. And it just goes to show that as writers, we are all incredibly different and we all have our own way of going about things. So whether you sit down and plot out your entire novel, or you just get struck by an idea and you just have to write like 23 pages right then and there, I think this just goes to show that anything goes, so long as it works for you. So yes, plot couplets. I didn't get to copy all of them down. She gave us like one for every book that she's written almost, I think. That's probably a lie, but there were a few of them. And the only one that I got all of is for Gossamer. And it goes like this. A haunting phrase, a little more, imagination, take wing, soar. So from that she got an entire book. From 10 words, she crafted a story, and I think that is absolutely fascinating. This is why we write, people, because we can't not. We take something and we just have to expand it. That's weird. I don't know what I'm talking about now. So there was a picture book panel that I'm not going to talk about because I don't do picture books, but I did take over a page of notes on that. So if you write picture books or you're interested in picture books, just let me know and I will type up my notes for everybody, because I mean they're very helpful. I think they talked about a lot of things that cross over. It wasn't limited to picture books. They talk about the hook and how important the hook is, and everybody needs a hook. If you don't know what a hook is, leave me a message and we'll talk about it. Because if you're gonna write, you kind of need one, especially if you're gonna query anybody. It's a very important feature. So then there were breakout panels, and I was in Dan Lazar's from Writer's House. I can't talk now that I've talked for 10 minutes to myself, and I'm on another 4 almost. So Dan mostly focused on queries, what's good and what's bad, and submissions and things to keep in mind. I think that the most interesting thing from Dan's breakout session was just his general comments on the young adult market, and the children's market in general. Like, he thinks that it's definitely more competitive, which I think we've all figured out. It's a very competitive market, but he thinks that there's more room than ever. There's more room, but it's also more competitive. So you've got to have that something extra in order to break in. But there's plenty of room for all of us. So it's not a cutthroat kind of thing quite just yet. Like there are no taboos anymore, he thinks, or almost no taboos. Fantasy and magic are obviously still selling, so there's still room for more because publishers aren't going to turn down something that's selling like hotcakes or whatever phrase you use. But it does require that new twist, that new element that hasn't been done before. That's more important than ever. So if you're gonna do, vampires, you have to go above and beyond now more than ever. Also, I just remembered that I didn't give a warning in this vlog attempt number 2. I have Pandora going on in the background because I can't stand to talk to an empty, quiet room anymore. It kind of freaks me out just a little bit. It's a little awkward. So let me know if it gets too loud, and I won't ever play music again. But it kind of weirds me out just sitting in a quiet room talking. Okay, back to the point. So query letters, nothing new there. 5 things to keep in mind for submissions. Know the age of your character, because something that Dan pointed out, he considers middle grade 8 to 14 and young adult is 14 and up. And I've heard different ages from different people. So, I mean, age isn't necessarily the only factor that goes into it at all. It's just one of those things. But know your age, and be sure to mention your age, because your character's age, you know what I mean, because it is an important factor. Voice, situation, as in contemporary, magical. I think this is more of like a world kind of thing, and the rules. When you're submitting something, you have to be very specific without being overly wordy. And cripes, I'm up to 7 minutes again. I am just really bad at this. Tone is important. If it's literary, if it's commercial, if it's contemporary, all of that jazz. Be sure to include it. And then there's that magic, unexplainable love for a project that comes out of wherever. That unidentifiable, is that a word? Yeah. Thing that eludes us all. Look at this. This is page 2 of Dan. It takes up the whole freaking thing. And then he did a little rant on things not to include in your query, like to whom it may concern. Don't do this. It's impersonal and it's kind of rude, actually. Be specific, not vague. Don't ask what if and rhetorical questions. Those are great for plotting. Leave them out of your query. Know your genre. Be specific. Don't overthink it. Don't waste your time on unimportant things. Like specifying that you can send your pages in doc format or in whatever PDF and 23 other ways. Don't do that. They know that you'll send it however you'll send it, or however they ask. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to do for now, because it was only a day and a half, but there was a ton of information. Absolutely a ton. I went to I really can't talk, from Balzer and Bray, and she talked quite a bit about the market and a lot about picture books. But it was really nifty. I just said nifty, don't judge me. And informative, and she actually gave a handout. Flip through my thing. Top 10 things she looks for when acquiring projects. So I'll start with her when I come back. Okay, I'm not going to say this, but if you can read my chicken scratch, all I got to write for R.L. Stein is this right here. He talked at lunch. I didn't have a notebook. It was lunch. He's funny. Okay, so I have loads of notes, but that's the first chunk. So New York was cold, but absolutely wonderful. There were mountains of snow all over the place. Like, I would be walking and there would be an SUV, and then right in front of it would be a mountain of snow that was larger than the SUV. So lots of snow, lots of slush. It was cold. It wasn't as cold as I thought it would be, though. And then it came back with me. So Arkansas went from being like 60 degrees to being like 12. It was colder when I got home than it was in New York the entire time, and my hair just keeps falling. By the way, I got a haircut. If you don't recognize me, that's why. It's super short now. I like it. What else? I have lots more to talk about, so no worries. I will be back. I will try and be back next week at least with a vlog. Try. Don't hold me to that. I've got some reviews coming up. Actually, hold on. I have at least two reviews coming up. And I just keep spacing. Oh my gosh. It was Valentine's Day the other day, literally yesterday for me. Today is Tuesday, so yes. So happy late Valentine's to all of you that have already celebrated, and happy Valentine's to all of you who are currently celebrating and will be celebrating shortly. If it's not passed all over the world, I really don't know. I don't do time changes well. I don't know. And I'm just gonna stop talking now because I just keep forgetting everything that I'm gonna say. Next time I'm probably gonna have to make a list of things to talk about because this is kind of crazy. But yeah, so there's part 1, and thanks for stopping by. Gonna go now and drink my sweet tea and probably write a review or watch some TV, to be perfectly honest. Have a good night. Bye!